Hello, good evening. I am just sorting my computer out. Just bear with me. So, just bear with me. I'm just trying to get my act together. That's on there. Share. Right. Just making sure we are right. We are live. And there we go. I've got my camera cockabbled. Right. That's even worse. I'm having one of those nights tonight. Right. Put my mouse to one side. Well, hello, good evening and welcome. It's Lorna Carter from Lorna Carter's Creations in the UK. Hi Shaz. Hi Sylvia. Oh, have you not been very well, Sylvia? Oh, bless you. Hope you're feeling better. Right, so this week we're going with Ponsettia Petals, the stamp set, and the Ponsettia die set. So this is what we're going to be creating. I'll just quickly, don't know if you can see, these are both slightly different, the Ponsettias. Oh, Sylvia, oh, I'm sorry. This one on the card is the red velvet paper, and it is, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's so lush. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so in love with it. It's beautiful, and it's really red and vibrant. It's lovely. So we've used the red velvet paper for that one, and that red velvet paper is in, it will be in the last chance sale from the 1st for the mini catalogue, which is let me get it right, July to December. And then this one, this is just with the real red ordinary cardstock. So it is beautiful, it really is beautiful. I've done nothing other than use the dies for these. There's so much I want to do with them. I know we're coming up to Christmas, but oh, I've got it, and I just want to use all the stamps and get some embossing, heat embossing done as well. I think it'll look absolutely stunning. So that's the difference with the two Ponsettias. So one's the red velvet. We're using both red velvet tonight, and one's just a real red cardstock. And the card, excuse me, I've got a bit of a tickle tonight. It's just like a gatefold, bit of a fun fold, whatever, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a gatefold. So we've just, that's the inside. So that's that one. And then this one, it has a belly band, and this is a money wallet. So you've got your Merry Christmas on the front there in gold embossing. You've got your part for your money, and then for you to write on with your sentiment. So that is what we're going to be making tonight. I will show you just a couple. I made 3 more of the money wallets. This is one that I showed last week with Father Christmas. It's not really actually decorated properly, this one, but it just gives you an idea of how, you know, what they were like. It's really got to be finished off, but I just haven't had chance. So I've gone on this one with a masculine look. I thought just slightly different with the pine cones. And then we've used the designer series paper, which is the Painted Christmas. So just slightly different. And it's got the pine cones. So that's another one. Hi Izzy. And then I've done another Father Christmas. I just couldn't resist. I've got loads of Father Christmases cut out, so we've got to make use of him. And then this one's Heartwarming Hugs. Jingle All the Way. With the Merry Christmas and the Christmas tree. So just slightly different. Slightly different. Yeah, I love pine cones, Shaz. I really do. They really are. I love the stamp set. So that's just to show you what you can, excuse me, what you can do. Right, so we'll start with the card tonight. So I will pop money wallet to one side. I'm going to see if I can keep that there. Might not be able to. Right. So we're going with the same base card, which is Evening Evergreen, and I've got all my measurements out and I'd lost them. I'll use anything in here. So the base card it's half an A4 lengthways, so it's 29.6 by 10.5. And then what we've done, we've scored landscape. I've already pre-done it at 7.4 centimetres, and I've spun it round and done 7.4 on the other side. So that's the base. Okay, so I'll just go and burnish these. I'm always scared. It just fits just nicely, perfect. I'm always a bit, it's not gonna go, I'll have to trim a bit off. You could always trim a bit off if it doesn't match in the centre. But yeah, we're spot on tonight. So that is the base card, like a gatefold card. Right, I've done a lot. In fact, I have done most of the die cutting, because obviously it takes quite a long time and we're doing 2 projects, so I didn't want to be here for hours. So next we need the front piece, which is this bit here, and this is die cut from Evening Evergreen, and this is from, I don't know if you can, I think you can just about see that. This is from the Scalloped Contour die set, and it's the largest of the layering dies. So that's what I've cut that out with. So that's that bit. We then, for the next piece, which is the designer series paper that is actually on top of that die cut, I've die cut that out with the stitched rectangle dies, and we've used, I think it's the third one down, yeah. So it's the third one in from the biggest, 1, 2, 3. That's how I've gone. So yeah, so we've die cut that. I've used, yet again, I've used the painted Christmas designer series paper, and it's just slightly, I love them all. That was the one that I used on that one. This is just quite green, a lot greener. It's really nice. So that we're going to stick down on there. We'll do that now, and then we'll get this bit Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat. And I forgot to bring my notifications are on. Sorry if you can hear them. I would turn them off. Should have turned them off beforehand. But if I turn it off now while I'm live, I'll end up cutting it off. I'm not very good when I'm live with my computer, with my telephone. Right, so we've just left a border and we've just got that piece done. Okay. Next, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the same designer series paper, and they are measurements of, it's 10 centimetres. Just let me find the front. Do you know something? Now I'm going to measure them. Yeah, 10 centimetres. I was right. By 6.9 it is centimetres, and you need 4 of those. If you've got a directional paper, you'll need it in portrait mode. I just can't believe I hadn't written that down. Never mind. So these pieces we're going to stick one on each side of the front, like so. Okay, and then we're going to put one on each side on the inside. So we'll do that next. And I've got a new glue this week. It's not running out on me. I've tried my best to be prepared. So, there we go. That's one on one side. And one on the other. I love this paper. I think it's gorgeous. I just burnished those, and I'll pop these 2 front ones on. This is a nice side. It's got the white holly and berries on. I think it's soft sea foam. It is a really pretty DSP. I like both sides. Usually you can say, oh, I prefer that side to that, but I like them all. So as of, let's get this right, as of the 1st, it is the last chance sale from the mini catalogue, July to December. Oh, it was actually August to December. So there is some things reduced. So if there's anything in there you like, you need to be having a look. Don't want you missing out. Alright, so that die cut is going to go on the front. I prefer this to that one. Oh dear, so excited. Right, so we've got to centre this on the front of the card, and I don't know if you can see, if I use my So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 little scallops. So we're going in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going in with that line. But what you've got to be careful of with this is you only need to put glue on the back of this side. Or if you want it to open the opposite way, this side. So that's what you've got to remember on this. So I'm going to turn it over. So this is where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is where we need to be. This is our line. So I'm just going to go in with the glue. She says, come on, glue. You're a full one. So we're just going to go in like so. And then flip it back over. And we're going to go in like there. Just go up a little bit. That's it. Then just put some pressure on. Like so. I'm just going to have to get a tissue, sorry. Shut the door and kick the cats out, and it's quite warm now. My nose is running. Oh dear. So, this is what we've got. And what we're going to do is on this piece, like I did with this, we're going to put a white piece of card. We're just going to stamp it with a Ponsettia, just to give it some decoration. And also in the corner of the white piece, where the sentiment is. So I'm just going to put that, I'll move that over there. Oops, wrecking the joint, put that up there. So we have a piece of basic white, and this is 14.3 centimetres by 10 centimetres. And then we need another little piece, and I'm just going to measure this just to make sure I get it right. So that's 6 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres, and that should just nicely, I'm just going to cut a slither off, just so there's a tiny little bit of green at that side. Just get my trimmer. So I'm just going to cut just a tiny little piece off. Only a slither. And there we go, that'll go in there. Right, so we need to do some stamping. That's what we're going to do now. So I'm just going to put, because I'm going to be stamping off. I don't want to stamp on my grid sheet. I try and save them as long as I can. So we're going in with real red. I've got real red. And I've got all my stamps all mounted, ready to go. Except for one, I've just realised that. And the sentiment, which is love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through, which is from the Christmas to Remember stamp set. I didn't mount these sentiments. I did all my Ponsettias and everything like that, but just not these. So I'm going to ink up. Make sure I've got enough on there. And we're just going to go in. This is where I find it's wonky. It's not too bad. I'm not doing too bad. Right, I'll just clean off Nice stamp. Right, so now we need to go in. I'll just get my stamp set just to show you. So this is a Ponsettia Petals. They're shown on here 65%. They're not 100%. When I open it, you'll probably see, you might get the reflection, I'm afraid, but you'll see that there's two parts, and this is the one we're going to be using. So it's a really, really lovely stamp set. I think it's my favourite one. So we're going to ink up in Real Red again. And we're just going to go in this corner, bit of pressure, and there we go. That's for the inside. And then on this little one, I'm just going to do what we did on here. So we did a corner in one and a corner in the other. So there we go. So in we go with this corner. And then ink up again. And then we'll go into that corner. There we are. So that is, I think we're done with the Real Red. I'll just clean the stamp off. Okay, so I can move that. I'm just going to let those dry, because knowing me, I shall end up with Real Red all over. It'll be all over my fingers, and it's one colour not to get everywhere. Right, so we're now going to go with the Ponsettia. I'm just gonna, oops, you can't see very well, it's all gone higgledy-piggledy, but I've actually die cut my Ponsettias out purely because it would take forever. Well, it wouldn't take forever, but I want to get on and do my other project. But you can see, I just wanted you to show you what we've got. And then we've got so we've got, we have a die to cut this Ponsettia out. And then we've got dies to cut this one, this one, this one. We have dies to cut the leaves. We have die to cut the foliage, and that one. So, and you've got this tiny little for the middle of the flower. And you've also, excuse me, you've got these two tiny Ponsettias. So what I've done with that on the front, we've used it to make a little one, and they're really cute. So I've just layered 3 up on there, on that one, and then we've used the 3 sizes for the actual flower. I've got 5 leaves and then 3. I've used this die to create these gold pieces of foliage. If you can just, I don't know if you can see or not very well on there. So I've pre-cut everything because I didn't want to be here. I didn't want you to be here all night. It's not. It would take forever. So I've already glued my little one together. Oh, I have out of the gold paper, I have die cut those 3. That is the centre, and I will show you what I've done. I've started to manipulate these so they look 3D. So I've done that. We've got this one to do, so I'll show you what I did. I don't know. There we go. So if I turn this over, you can see it's playing about. You can see on there that it's actually embossed. So with the dies, I should have said when I was doing it, with the dies, you can see these centre sections. This is for the embossing. So if you don't want the embossing, so if you've probably, I haven't actually stamped and used the stamps and cut them yet. I've just been so excited to use them just by cutting out and embossing. But if you want to stamp, I want to try and stamp heat embossing gold, but you wouldn't have this when you die cut it. You want to have that because the stamp actually gives you all the detail. So I want to have a go with that at some point. But yeah, all the inserts, even with the leaves, they're for embossing. It gives you embossed detail. And I've got all my leaves ready on my glue dots. Right, so back to the leaf, to the petals. I'm just going to turn this over, and then I'm just going to put my finger in the middle of the leaf underneath, and then I'm just going to fold down each side, so you've got like a middle. Doesn't seem to like it at the moment. Just like so, like so, like so. So I'm just giving it a bit of 3D. So they're ready to pop together. So I'm just going to sit down while I do this bit. I have a pen, because I'll show you what I'll do. So biggest one first, we're going to put a little bit of glue in there, and I've got my mat out. Look, I'm not using it. There we go, silicone mat. And then we're just going to offset these leaves, again the big ones, end of a pen. I'm just going to go in, and I can see a bit of glue sticking out, but that will actually dry clear. So I'm just going to hold that just for a few seconds. Like so. And then we're going to do the same. Little drop of glue. I'm going to offset these leaves again, and we're going to go in just to hold it down, put a bit of pressure on it so it will glue. Yeah, that looks okay to me. So we've got a bit of 3D-ness. Oh, that looked like my signal was going down. No, it looks like we're all right, as long as everybody's still there. So you can fiddle about and have it as 3D. Bend your leaves back, play about and do whatever. So that is the main bit. The centre I've put on with a mini dimensional. Just get my dimensional. So just a mini one, just in the centre. And then I have put a bit of glue down, just a tiny dot. over there, and then we're just going to go in, and that just actually, it's nice, it just stands off. It looks rather cute. There we go. So that's that bit. Now here's the fiddly bit. The next pieces that go on are the gold. This is how I've done it. So I'm going to go in and stick them fairly evenly spaced apart. I don't want masses of gold showing, so I am gonna, in fact, I'll leave them on there. I've nearly used that up. I'll get a new pack. Ready to rock and roll. Oh, and these are the ones that are this way. Whoopie-doo. Right. So we're going to glue the gold side up. So I'm just going to go in, stick a glue dot on, and I'm going to just put it in where I want to be, just roughly. I can't remember which one I stuck it on now. That one, I think. Just so you get a little bit of gold showing. And we'll go in again. I'm going to have to take these glue dots off. I'm so used to them being the other way around. Put it on there. So we'll go in like so. It's all a little bit fiddly, but it's all good fun. And then last gold one. We'll go in somewhere like that. Like so. Right, I'll just put those to one side. So now I've got the leaves. You can see the embossed bit on the leaves. So I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to flatten it for a bit until I get sorted. Oops, I didn't push that one down in the right place. And I've got 5. Like so. It's really, I find it really therapeutic building up these, I must admit. And that one, just like so. So we've got Ponsettia all ready to put on the front of our card. Okay, so I've already done the tiny one, so I've just got the centre to do. Right, so now this is all dried and I dare glue it down. We shall pop the insert in, like so. Like that. And then this piece just on the end, just like so. And I've butt it up right to the edge, and you've got a bit of a green border going all the way around. Just put my match up. So there we go, that is the inside. So we've just got the outside to decorate. So we're going to have the Ponsettia over this side. We're going to have the little one. We're going to do the same layout as the other one. So the only thing I need to do now is we're going to heat emboss in gold. I've got my gold embossing powder. I've got my little piece so I can catch my embossing powder. I've got my VersaMark ink pad. I have got my little piece of card. The only thing I haven't got, I've done it again. I keep thinking I get everything all prepared and I forget. So out of the Holly Jolly Wishes, we're going for the We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And if I'm not, I think this is one of the ones that is in the sale. This one. Where are we? Let's take that one off there. And we're going to pop. Now I always stamp first and then die cut. I stand a better chance of getting it level. Oh dear. So I'm going to ink the stamp up with VersaMark. And I have done this many a time and it's like magic. I love it. I love it, especially with the gold and the silver. So I'm just going to go on to the stamp down onto the card. Oh, thanks, Izzy. And then we're going to go in. I tell you what I didn't do. I didn't use my embossing buddy. So that probably be powder everywhere. I forget everything when you're on camera. It's always the same. And then let's put a bit out. Got it all on there. Just make sure we're properly covered. Oh, we haven't done too bad, considering. Yeah, that will be fine. So I'll just put that in there. Right, now this is going to be just a little bit noisy. I'll just warm her up down here so she's not too noisy. And I'll stand up and try and do this. This is just magical. So if I lift that up, and you've got to be careful not to burn your fingers. And just go in and you can see it changing into this glorious. Just let me get me. Should have done this in the first place. There we go. I love it. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Sorry, I should have said. I said, if you couldn't hear me, absolutely stunning. I could sit and watch that day in, day out. I'm a bit sad like that. Right, I'll just clean that stamp off. Just quickly. Pop that over there. Right, so now I'm going to die cut this out. I'm using my mini tonight. So I'm going to, because we've cut this layer with the stitch rectangles, I've gone with the smaller stitch rectangle. And we're going to, I'm just getting out, just bear with us. There we go. So we are using, it's the second largest of these ones. This is the one we're going to be using, and it's the second one down. So what I'm going to try and do, usually I'd be centering this, but because it's actually going to be going under, slightly under the Ponsettia, I'm going to offset it. So let's just, you can guarantee I'll not get it square. Let's go with, let's be that way a bit. Right, there's my other, and this is where I move everything. Should have had my low tack tape, but never mind. Let's go. Let's make sure that's not bad. I've staggered my plates, and we're going to go in. There we go. I'll put my little machine away. So handy, that little one. So now, oh, it's not too, might be a little bit on the wonk, but it's not too bad. Right, sit down again. So this sentiment I popped up on dimensionals, so I'll just find the dimensionals. So 2, I'll just put 1 in the middle. There we go. Right. Let's take all those off. And then we're going to go in. We're going to put this bottom right, just so we've got a little border of the designer series paper. I'm not right on top. I think that's about, we're not far off. Right, so I'm going to get a little bit of glue, and I'm going to stick the small Ponsettia. And I'm just going to pop there. Just going to just press it down a little minute, just so it glues. Did anybody get any snow over the weekend? We got only a very, very, very slight covering. I know there's been places that have had quite a lot. So I'm just going to fluff this up. And let's just have a look. Going like so. So we're going to have I'm going to put it down with a dimensional. I'm being very daring using one, and then we're just going to, I'm going to put some glue on the back to just reinforce. Just let me see if I can find which one it was, which way it was. No. Nope. That way. Nope. I reckon I had it first. Is that one? Was it? No. Oh. Let me stand up. I might be able to see better. Yeah. we're going to go in like that. I'm just going to, and because we've put glue on the dimensional, you've got a bit of wiggle room. Ah, so you've had some, Sylvia. Not a lot though, just a covering. I do love to see snow. I really do. Okay, so that's what we've got. It is quite a dimensional card, so you probably wouldn't be posting this. You could sort of press it down, but I would say it'd be the it wouldn't go through as standard. And then in this one here, this little one, we're using the 2021-2023 in Colour Jewels, and this will be Pale Papaya one. And just press that down. And here we go. That is the card. And I haven't done an envelope. I've been really, really naughty. Thank you very much, Sylvia. I've been very naughty. I've not done a card for it tonight, but I want to get on and show you the next bit. But you know me. It'll be this Ponsettia in the corner and on the back. So that is one card done. We're now going in and we're going to have a go at this one. So I'll just move all my notes for that one. Right, so with this one we have, yet again, I've die cut all my Ponsettia leaves. So we shall start off all in Evening Evergreen again. So we have a piece of Evening Evergreen, and it is, just let me get it the right way because it's very similar. So 15.5 centimetres wide by 14.5 centimetres deep. Yeah. And we've scored on the 14.5 centimetre side at 3 centimetres, which is that one, 3 centimetres, and then 12 centimetres. So in effect, this is going to be your flap, this bit at the front, and this is going to be part of your piece in the middle to hold your money. We've then got another piece of Evening Evergreen, which is 15.5 centimetres wide, and it's 11 centimetres deep. We've scored it on the 11 centimetre side at 2.5 centimetres. So that will make your base card. I did do it all in one piece, but I must admit I find it easier doing it this way, so I made it easier for myself. So we've then got, I've cut exactly the same bits out for the Ponsettia. So we've got 3 gold foliage, we've got 5 leaves, and then so we have a piece of basic white, and that is 8.5 centimetres by 15 centimetres, and that is what we're going to put our sentiment on inside and what you can write on. That's that one. We have then got one piece of Designer Series paper at 15 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres. We've got 2 pieces of designer series paper, 15 centimetres by 8 centimetres. That's those 2. And then we've got 2 pieces, 15 centimetres by 2.5 centimetres. So, and what I've managed to do, I was trying to only use half a sheet of DSP for this project. I'm a bit of a skinflint. I like it to be lovely, but I like, you know, if we can use it, if it just uses half, and you've got the other half to use for another one or another project. So that's what I tried to do. So the DSP has come out of half a sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper. And because the original ones I did, it didn't. So, but because I've got basic white for the sentiment now and stamped it round, it does all come out of half a sheet of 12 by 12. Right, and the last piece is Evening Evergreen. Oh no, it's not the last piece, sorry. And it's scalloped. It's the layering circles. They're here somewhere. There we go. That's why I can't find it. So the layering circles, and the one I've used, it's the second. It's not the largest scallop. It's the next one down. So that is the one I've used to cut that out. Let's put that away. Okay. And then the last but not least is the belly band, and that is 3.5 centimetres by 22.6 centimetres. Just a rough measurement, because once you get this bit out, you have got a slither, which this comes out of at the side. So it comes out of an A4, except for that scallop, it comes out of an A4, but I got that out of a piece of scrap. Right, so let me sit down. Now what I'm going to do first is we need to round some corners. I'll just take the money out of there. So I've rounded these corners and then rounded these corners. So we need to do the short piece. Let's burnish it. No, I'm not burnishing it. I'll cut it. I'll do the corners first. Makes it easier. So it's not this side, the big side, on the small piece. It's this side here. That's on the 11 by 15.5. And then we need both sides of this, all 4 corners. So just let me just do this. And one thing I keep meaning to order is my Stampin' Up trio punch, and every time I forget, so I am going to get it on my next order. So I should have done it really already and be done with, but right, so now I've done that, we can I'm not going to do that one. I will burnish these. So we'll go in, burnish that side and burnish that side. Just let me, that's it. Right, so on this side, on the biggest piece, we're going to have the white. We're going to have, I've got to round these corners as well. 2 little pieces, one there and one there. So we'll stick those on I'll just quickly, sorry, I missed these ones. Just let me quickly round the corners. So we've got that one and that one. So they're done and all prepared, ready for gluing on. We're going to do some stamping on that piece, so I'll just put that to one side. And what we're going to do first, before I start putting it together, is on here I've heat embossed Merry Christmas going across. So I'm going to do that, and that is on the smallest piece, and that's why I didn't want to burnish the fold. So we're going to do it that way. So we're going to do it on this side. So I'm just making sure I get it on the right side. Right, so from the Ponsettia Petals, get my teeth into gear, we have a gorgeous Merry Christmas stamp. And this is the photopolymer ones you've probably gathered by now. But it's a beautiful Merry Christmas stamp, this. It's really elegant. Right, so just let me get my piece of paper to catch my powder. So we're going to ink up. I'm going to have to stand up, I don't know. I've got to try and get this. Got to try and get it level. Let's hope. I don't think that's far off. And we'll go in with the... And I didn't use my embossing buddy again. Oh dear, I'm slacking. It's because I'm on camera. Right, so we've got a little bit. I've got a dry brush. So I'm just going to go, just get the strays. I think we're about somewhere like. Just put that to one side. Put the powder away before it goes everywhere. And a little goes such a long way with your embossing powder. Right, sorry, there was going to be a little bit of noise again. I'll just warm it up down the bottom. I've just got to watch it go, and it's beautiful on a dark card. It is stunning. It's just like magic. Just like magic. Okay, so there is our Merry Christmas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to burnish our fold, and you've got to think that is the piece that is bent like that, so that's how we need it to be. So I'm going to put, this is the 8x15 designer series paper. Now it's up to you. I've done it this way. You can put that bit down there and have the paper up there. In fact, we'll do it opposite. But no, I can't. No, we'll have to do the same, sorry, because it's slightly different. slightly different size. So I'll put that on there. We'd need 2 of the 8.5, and I don't think that would have all come out of half a 12 by 12. I just get carried away. You know me, you get that excited. So we're getting ready at the Cozy Cake Shop this weekend coming. We've got the switch on of the lights on Friday night, so they're opening late night, and then on Sunday it's the Christmas market. So I'm trying my best to get everything done and stocked up for the shop, but with having COVID, things have gone out the window, unfortunately. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So I'm just gluing. This is the biggest piece, 8.5 by 15, and this is going on the back of this piece. So this is the inside, this piece. We're going to turn it over. We're putting it on the back, so we've got a pretty piece at the back. It's got to be pretty. I mean, you can make birthday ones of these and all sorts. In fact, we'll probably have a go after Christmas. Make some birthday ones. What am I doing? That bit wants to go on there. So we've got, on the one with Merry Christmas, we want 1 piece at that side and 1 piece on the other side. So we'll just glue that down. Maybe I should have done this one first. I'm dackering, I'm tiring. So that piece goes on there. Just burnish it. While we're doing that, we may as well not on that bit, it's on this bit. Oh, come on, you never know. I'm terrible when it's a new thing. New glue, I don't like to put a lot of pressure, because otherwise I don't want it to come out like I don't know what. This is the inside, so that it's just nice. You just got that little border around it, and I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go the same. We're gonna go the same colour. You can have it the different colour, but I don't. I prefer this one. All the same. So that bit is going on there. Like so. There we go. Oh, just put a bit too much glue on, I can't win. But it will dry clear, so we're all right. Put it on there as well. I should have used my mat. It'll be all sticky now. Right. So what I'm going to do is we'll glue this. So we've got the stamping yet to do on that piece. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put it together. So I'll just put that to one side. This is the piece that has the heat embossing. That needs to be facing you. What we're going to do is put that to that. Okay. So best way I found to do this, just going to burnish that, is tear and tape down the bottom of each. So I'll just get my tear and tape. And it wants to be right at the very bottom, not where it's rounded, right at the very bottom. Because you need somewhere for your money to sit. Okay, so that's, I'll put it on both sides. So it's going on there, right at the very bottom. I've got a cat hair on my neck. Not surprised. I've been working from home today, and I've been up here. Usually put my works computer on the dining table downstairs, but I couldn't, so I've been up here, and the cats have been up here. Two of them's been laid with me all day, and they would have still been in here if I hadn't chucked them out just before I went live. Right, so what I did is used a couple of glue dots, and I only want them at the right and left hand side on one of these, and it's just as it's starting to curve up, and it does just hold. So if I put that there, I've got it stuck to me. Right, so now we take the backing off there, and the backing off here, she says. There we go. And I've got to do it this way. This is where it all goes horribly wrong for me. So what I tend to do is fold them both together like so, and then pinch in the middle and work the way out. Just stick those sides with those glue dots. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And you can see this piece is just slightly shorter, so that top goes over really nicely. Right, so that's that piece. We'll just quickly do the stamping. I'm just gonna have to turn that over, I'm afraid, because it's sticky. Right, so we're going in with Real Red again. We're going in with Garden Green, and we're going in with Old Olive. Okay, so we'll stamp the greeting first. And yet again, I've used the Love and Joy. I think it's a really, really nice sentiment, this, for the inside of a card. So I'm going to have to stand up. So I'm just going to eyeball. I've gone a bit higher this time so you can write more underneath. I made a mess of that. So always two sides. Don't worry. I knew I'd made a mess as soon as I'd. That's better. There we go. There's always an emergency side. So just clean that off, otherwise I'll get it everywhere. Right, so we haven't quite done with the real red actually, but I'm just going to shut it because it's going to go everywhere. Right, so we're going to go for the evening evergreen, and we're going to go with the leaf stamp out of the Ponsettia Petals. I've got my stamp and paste mat, and I've got a scrap of paper because I'm going to be stamping off. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, it's the smallest of the leaves. So we go in. I know these supposed to be Ponsettia petals, but they can be holly. We don't mind. You've got to improvise. Mess that up. I'm being a bit messy tonight. So we're going to go in like that. Go like that. So just on all four corners. Like so. Oh, I've got a cat trying to get in the room. I've got one cat, she's really weird. I think she actually tries to headbutt the door, thinking she's going to get it open. Strange animal. She wakes me up in the night sometimes doing it at our bedroom door. And you wouldn't think it because she's the smallest cat we've got. Yeah, she's the grumpiest. Oh dear. Right. I'm just going to turn that over. So we're now going to go in with Old Olive. So we've done with the leaf. Now it's a two-stage. Let me show you. So I've gone in with the small outline of the leaf, but instead of using the small inner, I'm using the big inner. It still fits, still looks okay. So now I can't remember if I stamped full strength. No, I stamped off and then on. Right, so off and then on, off, on. See, I think it looks rather sweet. Off, nearly forgot. Off. On. Off. On. So it just shows you can utilise your stamps. You can make it look like holly if you want. Just looks like variegated holly. You could even do Ponsettia, like I did on the card, if you wanted to, but I just thought it was just something different. I might have actually used Petals, to be honest, looking at that. But it still looks okay. I think I have. Never mind. It's stamped, it's done. My brain just goes. Right. So, last but not least, I forgot, we need the berries. So we need the real red back in, and we've just got, I have taken the berries from Christmas season stamp set. I like those berries, so that's where I've took them from. Just pop that one back. I'll just go in, ink up. I'll go like that. I usually try and put the 3 berries, and we're just stamping over. It just gives it just that little bit of, there we go, brings the Christmassy bit in. Getting ink everywhere. Just clean that off. We'll stick that in. In fact, I'll let it dry first before I stick it in. We'll make the Ponsettia up. Just pop that up there. Move those out of the way. Right, Ponsettia. See if I can do it, because I should have maybe made this one up. I've shown you how to do it once. So we're going to the back, just putting our finger down, squeezing it round, giving it that bit of 3D. This paper, I love this paper. This is the red velvet. It's just so luxurious. And then this just gives, I have got my centre bit, thought I'd missed it. So that's like so. Get me, what have I done? Oh, my mat's there. Get me mat. I'll just quickly stick these down. Bit of glue. Offset. One thing I do love is making flowers. It does take a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. They're very effective. And then I'm using my paintbrush just to press that down. There's my inside. Mini dimensional. There we go. Mini dimensional. Take the back off. Put some glue on. And you can always stick gems in there if you want. But I do think this is quite sweet. Really sets it off. Just press that down. Glue dots. Let's just go for it. Anywhere. There we go. I do like these glue dots. I really do. Like so. Is it stuck? I forget where I put them. Oh dear. Never mind. I've done that wrong way. Don't. I'll put it the other way. Got it on. Never mind. It'll stick. So we're going like that. Quickly pop these on. So it wants to be on the front. 1, 2. It's a good way if you've got any little pieces. See if you've got them die cut, so you don't lose them. Just stick them on like I did. It's great. Right. So here we go. So we're going to put 1, Once you get going, you could make quite a few of these. Get a... oh, have I got one missing? Ah, I've got one missing. I'm sure I've cut 5. Let me just quickly cut. I know I've got me. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Put in there. There we go. It's Mossy Meadow. I can't put 4 on. I'd never hit my head in. What have I done with my dies? So it's the smallest leaf and the embossing piece. So you just put those in like so. Like that. There we go. We've done it. Didn't take too long. So I've got my 5 leaves. I'll find it on the floor when I finished, you watch. Okay, that's 5. That's that. Yeah, golden red. It's lovely. Shaz, I love it. I just love the Christmas colours, the greens, rich reds, golds, silver. So that's our Ponsettia. We're going to place it onto our Lorna speak. I couldn't think what I called it. It's scallop circle. Oh, there's no hope tonight. I think I've just glued this. So a big blob of glue. Wherever you need to be. And just give that a bit of pressure. And then, so while that's gluing, we're going to pop this piece in. Like so. Like that. Okay. Then what I always do is adjust. She says, there we go. Oh, it's camera. You're live on camera, Lana. Hang on. Pokey tool. My eyes are deceiving me. There we go. So we go in and I just put my bone folder in just to widen it a little bit. Okay, so this is what we've got. We now need to pop the belly band on. So basically I'm just going to put this on, not too tight. We're just going to match it up and then give it a bit of a press. And I'll tell you what I did do. This is going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter. I just run pencil line down. There we go. So we're just going to glue that. So I can glue this end bit up to the line. I think I might have just gone over a little, but never mind. And then stick it down. Just make sure, as I say, it's going to be covered up, so the Ponsettia is going to go over that. So, like so. I'm just going to, there we go. It might take a little bit of just bedding in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue that down like so. So you've just got to think, I'm just putting, there we go, put some glue just down that middle. I'm just going to go in best as we can. I'm just going to press and hold. And oh, I didn't see that. Izzy's gone. Bless. So just press and hold. She's had to go. Just it will hold. And then we put that on like so, and then we can just poof up these, just give it a bit more dimension. And then there you go. It's really looks really lush. I really thank you, Shaz. Make it look simple. No, I don't think so. Oh dear. It's all good fun. I sit for hours playing, looking at things and seeing how I can have a go. You get ideas off the internet and you mess about with them, but yeah, I'm really tickled with that. But I do find it's easier. In fact, we'll put the money in. I find it easier to do it in two sections, because the first one I did was this little fella. It wasn't the first one actually. And I die cut this. It was all in one piece, and this bit was glued together like that at the bottom, and down the sides. But you had to make, I didn't like that bit. I die cut it in the end, and I didn't like it. I thought, oh, I'm better off just doing like I've done here. The money seems to go in a lot easier, and I prefer it that way. I find it so much easier to put together. So that one is the money wallet. So that on there. I'll put that one on there. Right, so that one was done, as I said, with the just real red cardstock, that one. That's that one, and that's that one. So I've really enjoyed that. Oh, really pleased that you enjoyed it, Sylvia. I'm glad you could be with us tonight. So yeah, so that is the projects. And I say you can do it to any card. We can do birthday cards, anniversary card, you name it. You can do it. Your world's your oyster. You can make us whatever. So that's those. Right, so next week I'm looking at packaging for little gifts. I've got a few ideas, and I'm going to knock 2 or 3 little boxes, or yeah, I think there'll be boxes, just little gift ideas anyway. So I've got those projects to sort out for next week. We'll soon be at Christmas. We're December this week, so it's scary how time flies. Right, so just before I go, I just will mention we still have the Eden's Garden. This is an early release from the new mini catalogue coming out in January. It's an early release of the bundle, which is the stamp and the die set. But they do have designer series papers, they do a cotton paper, garden gems, and you can buy it all as a collection. But the designer series papers and the gems aren't carrying over, so it's just the early release of the bundle, the stamp and the die set. That is still going. That's ongoing. So there's that one. Your collection for all of it is £77.50, and for one day left, you've got the starter kit. If anybody wants to be a hobby demo, if anybody wants to run it as a business, if you haven't got a demonstrator, just give us a shout and I can go through it. So it's one day left, so it's to the 30th, and it's £75, and you get £130 worth of product. So for £77.50 you can have that collection, but for £75 you could have that collection plus £50 odd extra. So it just wanted to let you know about that one. And then, just so you're aware, I should have gone through this at the beginning, the Ponsettia Petals, the stamp and the die set is from the annual catalogue. It doesn't come in a bundle. It did last year. It was in the catalogue last year, but it doesn't in the annual catalogue this year. So that is where that one's from. Right. So I think it's time for a cup of tea. And thank you very much for watching. If you're watching on catch up, I do appreciate it. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd be very appreciative if you would. And we shall see you next week. Thank you very much. Good night.